It was the haunting crackle of a feast.
It's eaten. It's a living, breathing thing.
Part of the Okanagan Complex fire, devouring dry grass, inhaling strong winds, and expanding.
This is a little different monster.
From Highway 20, the flames towered overhead just a mile from the road.
Oh my.
Reminding everyone being forced to evacuate exactly why they had to leave.
Fires from different counties are merging. Never seen it. It is flying down this hill.
And soon, he'd seen enough.
I think I might need to go.
Okanagan County firefighters made one last visit to a home beneath the flames. One last warning to get out. Moments later, it's time to go. We joined them.
So we've been watching the fire burn. You can see it right here. It's crested this little ridge. We're on Highway 20, heading back towards Tenasket, and the winds have fueled it. Look at that. You can see how close it is right now. There's a family right below this ridge that just started evacuating. We're getting the heck out of here.
It wasn't long before Tenasket High filled up with others trying to escape.
I got family on the west side. They're all freaking out because they called when we were fleeing.
Some, like Tony Harrell, lost everything.
You say goodbye, you know, and we didn't know if we were going to make it.
But the fires aren't stopping, and by early evening, all of Tenasket had to evacuate too.
A lifetime of memories is poof.
We were warned they were coming, and for those who came to peacefully protest, any message they had to send was hijacked by this.
This isn't anti-capitalism, this is art. If you're going to have a protest, don't with art.
That's corporate art.
Did an artist make it? Did an artist make it? Were they paid to make it? Yeah! I'm sure they were! It's super upsetting. There's no reason. Like, this is a school that people come to get educated. If the biggest problem is people not being educated, then why would they destroy a school? It's a school.
It's a very logical conclusion to draw, but this night there was no logic.
Animals.
And in seconds, the spray paint was out again. Cleaning spray paint is one thing.
No more fires! No more fires!
Standing up to a bully with a burning barrel, another.
Stop it! Stop it! No fires! Stop it!
Yes, those who came here to make trouble got themselves on television. But let's give credit to these folks who found some sense on a night that made no sense at all.
In South Lake Union, where they're building up and more people are moving in, you find Gussie Charles at her favorite rocking bench.
They're past this building.
She's taking in a view
in the middle of the block
with some unwelcome visitors.
It's their heyday in there. That's their land right there. They own it.
Neighbors have come to count on it.
There was one that was behind us, 9, yeah, at least 10 up there on the hill.
It's really gross.
This hill is hopping with them.
It's like a sightseeing thing. People go by and they stop and watch the rats. It's really gross.
Eden Johnson says the rodents have made themselves at home on Minor Avenue.
This little area got worse when they fenced it.
Gates that don't keep the critters in.
There's one right there.
Oh, gross.
It's what startled this camera crew.
Oh my gosh.
But others take it in stride.
We're in the city. What are you going to do?
In this city, in this spot, the proposal is to keep building. It makes Gussie wonder.
They're getting ready to dig into that area, and it's going to be hell on wheels.
She wants to know where her unwanted neighbors will go next.
So long as they keep their distance, I'm cool.
But keeping the rats away is a tough task on this street where they've settled in.
That's their neighborhood. They are not afraid of people.
This piece is called Clarity of Mind, and it represents how short life is and that we must seize the moment and take advantage of time as we're given.
For David Jennings, the artwork is appropriate tonight.
Yeah, it is.
The former prison inmate says his paintings are a part of his path to making life better. The father of two just became a licensed tattoo artist.
It's awesome.
But tonight, instead of looking forward, he's getting ready to go back.
I feel like nauseous, like physically sick, mentally sick, emotionally just drained.
It just hurts to see all that go down the drain.
His daughter Trinity and the rest of the family know the story of how it started.
It was 2005, and I was in the backseat of a car when the driver shot at a house after road rage took place. And because I was in the backseat of the car, I was held as an accomplice.
He served 10 years in prison, but now he's getting ready for another round.
They said that the computer glitch messed up my calculation of my sentence. Oh, damn me.
A mistake the Department of Corrections is fixing.
I'll ride in mine with Caden. It just said be there at 9 o'clock and you'll be arrested.
From the family's home, they head to the police precinct.
Yeah, I'm supposed to turn myself in.
Where this dad says goodbye to his son and his daughter. The past he thought he put behind him is now pulling him back, all because of a calculation error proving to be very costly for David Jennings.
You see them from the street, off the highway and throughout town. Signs sprinkled around Roseburg. A dusting of remembrance and sadness and strength. In time, most will disappear, not because the murders at Umpqua Community College are forgotten, but because life moves forward.
We're not broken yet. So what do you need, Robbie?
But here, you can take the past with you forever.
I don't think anybody lives here that doesn't know someone that was somehow involved. Hi, are you ready?
Cherie Hall owns Tapestry Tattoo. Today, she was busy.
It's the organ outline with Roseburg Strong and a green heart.
Really busy.
A lot of people, this is going to be their first tattoo. So that's really cool.
I'm kind of nervous.
Outside, Madeline Shirley was first in a quickly growing line.
I'm getting my first tattoo today, and I think this is for a good cause. So.
Few would argue, considering where she was October 1st, the UCC campus.
I was in the room next door, and I just remember hearing the shots, and then I ran out of the room.
On her 4th day of college, Shirley hid in the library.
I think it'll definitely be something that'll be with us for the rest of our lives. We'll always remember that day.
It's one thing to remember in your mind. It's another to remember on your skin.
A memory of a lifetime. Something that we'll never forget.
Tina Avendano was also on campus.
I didn't get to see what happened, but I got to hear the bullet sounds that went through. I don't know what's worse is seeing something or hearing the sounds that were taking people's lives.
The tattoos were free, with any donations going to the victims. And they were another reminder that even if the signs around town go away, this tragedy is tattooed on its soul.
Welcome to the tattooed race.
Shirley's was just the first of the day.
Oh, that's cute. I love it.
Hundreds waited outside to ensure they will never fade.
You know, 9 people lost their lives that day, and I'm doing this in honor of them. You know, those are moms, children, aunts, uncles. They're never gonna have their life back. I want this to, as a representation, to honor them, and so that nobody ever forgets that day.
In the midst of so much sadness atop the Aurora Bridge,
Yeah, you know, Seattle's our family, so we gotta take care of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
an iconic Seattle restaurant sits just steps from the tragedy closed its doors.
Go down the bridge.
See, looks like salami, cheese, lettuce.
And the staff at Canlis opened their hearts, delivering meals to fatigued first responders and Department of Transportation workers.
That's really cool. I told them that was so nice.
A kind gesture, so desperately needed.
It seems like A lot of lives just got changed really fast.
On what can only be described as a dark day in this city, a day when a violent crash between a charter bus and a Ride the Ducks tour vehicle brought this busy highway to a standstill.
Got out of my car and there were just bodies just everywhere. Just people laying in the street. They just got thrown from the duck bus.
Stunned witnesses watched in horror as 90 firefighters rushed in to help, then climbed inside the twisted wreckage and turned the Aurora Bridge into a triage center.
It was just terrible. There was so many people and so much pain. I could tell what was going on. I just couldn't wrap my mind around it. I didn't know how to help.
In the end, 51 people were taken to local hospitals, but 4 North Seattle college students on board the bus did not survive.
There's been a terrible loss of life and there's been injuries. And our thoughts, the thoughts and prayers of this city go out to everyone.
Devastation that Brad Vohm and Bradley Sawhill experienced firsthand because their tan SUV was one of 2 other cars caught up in the collision.
It all happened so fast.
Their friends were not hurt, but they did get a glimpse at what might have gone wrong.
The left front wheel of the duck bus locked up, causing it to swerve into the oncoming traffic, then T-boning the tour bus.
And as the police investigation gets underway, so does a community-wide effort to support the victims.
That's what it's all about. Giving.
An overwhelming response to an urgent call for blood donors in the aftermath of the crash.
You want to make an appointment for tomorrow?
They said the wait was going to be about 2 hours, so they might be calling my name here shortly.
We're very grateful for you guys.
Yet another kind, compassionate gesture.
The response is amazing.
In the midst of so much sadness.
We're Seattle people. We care about everybody.
Yeah.
Curiosity on Wednesday evening.
Top of the hour is supposed to be out of here.
Turned Denny Blaine Park into a popular place.
So crazy. So what are they doing?
That's what everyone wanted to know about this 500-ton, multi-million-dollar Madison Park mansion, now sitting on a barge and preparing for a trip across Puget Sound.
Mom, it's so awesome!
But 8-year-old Teoman Champagne could barely sit still.
Mom, it's super cool.
And without a doubt.
How are they gonna make it go into the water?
He asked more questions about this massive move.
So the barge is just gonna float down?
Than anyone.
Mom, what if it was in the air?
Lucky for Mom, a few feet away we found Mary Rain, watching and worrying.
It is an amazing engineering challenge.
Because as the new owner of this nearly 100-year-old home,
well, where is it going?
She had all the answers that Teoman was looking for.
My husband and I built a house a couple of years ago and it burned to the ground just before we moved in.
It turns out this is not just a second chance for her family, it's a second chance for this house.
And they're being very responsible with it, actually.
The brick 4-bedroom would have been torn down if Nickel Brothers and a new buyer had not stepped in to recycle it.
It's got a history, it's got character.
And for $850,000, including the cost of moving it from Seattle to the property Mary owns on Bainbridge Island, the mansion was a steal.
Oh! Is it starting? Mom, I think it's starting.
And a chance to watch that journey begin.
Oh, look, it's moving.
It's starting!
For this curious young boy and the rest of his neighborhood.
Wow.
Was priceless.
Goodbye, house.
You can definitely feel the weight behind you.
Ride along with Brandon Price.
Oh, yeah.
You learn a few things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a 14-year-old trapped in a 42-year-old body.
Yeah, there's that. You also learn he's engaged. No wedding date yet.
There's a good reaction right there.
You'll learn he's been in the doghouse with his fiancée. True?
He says that, no.
Depends who you ask, I guess. Ask Brandon what makes him happy. Yeah, the fiancée, of course.
Oh, right, that part, yeah.
It's also this. He loves to see people's reactions as he drives by.
They'll give us a big thumbs up.
The thumbs up is for what's on his trailer. No, that's not a boat back there that just turned the corner. It's Brandon Price's obsession.
That's what you do in life when you have a passion.
You build something with your hands. This. What is this?
Definitely a labor of love.
Okay, here we go. Let's answer the who, what, where, when, why questions.
It's the why question I want the answer to. Of all things, why this?
Why not?
Why not devote 6 months of your life, 10 hours a day building an aircraft carrier miniature?
What do you think of this, bud? You give me a big thumbs up?
So this is the what?
Yeah, it's awesome. I would like to go and see a real one now.
An aircraft carrier, modeled after the USS Nimitz, by the way.
What's that?
Where? Right here? That's the control tower.
So where did he build it? In his storage unit in Yelm. When? 9 years ago. How big is it?
21 feet from bow to stern and 8.5, 9 feet wide at the width.
What do grown men do when they see it?
Oh, mayday!
This.
Look out! Heads up! Incoming! It kickstarts the imagination. Hey, that was a good shot!
That was so cool.
That's the hard part, is landing short enough that you can stop on it.
Who helped him build it? His buddies. What's the best thing about this? Why was he in the doghouse?
I didn't feel she needed the VCR anymore, so we took that apart.
You'd be in the doghouse too.
Those bobbins were my grandmother's.
If you stole from your fiance.
Those are bobbins off of a sewing machine.
Just to make the aircraft look more realistic.
I stole some of her necklaces and cut them all up, and she was real happy with me when I did that.
You go to your jewelry box and some things aren't there.
Right.
Spent plenty of days in the doghouse, slept on the couch. You did what to my what?
All is forgiven.
How much do you love this?
Pretty much the only thing I love more is my fiance. And I'm only saying that like that because she's standing right there.
Uh-oh. Doghouse again?
Nah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy who just got a new job that will take them to Minnesota. Not all of them.
It's going to be very hard to part with.
Brandon's looking for the right person to donate his second love to.
I love you, darling.
Today, there were no takers.
My wife would kill me.
Who knows, maybe tomorrow you'll have better luck.
I don't have time for something like this.
The hopes is that we'll find that right person to donate it to before I leave town. But time's ticking.
I think we answered all the questions we had answers to. You know, the who, what, where, when, and why.
I'll call her, but you got to ask her, okay? She'd probably like it from you better than me.
John Sharifi, News.
Oh, it's just a piece of history, Capitol Hill history. It's always been there for me.
It's simple, really.
Price is good. You have to have quarters. Got to have quarters.
The mystery.
We want to see it. We want to see it. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of cool that you don't know what you're getting. That's the beauty of it.
A soda machine.
When we walked by here, I said, is that it? Oh, it's beaten up. It's old.
Vintage, to be kind.
It doesn't really look like it would work.
With its yellowing plastic buttons from
I'm guessing
maybe the 70s or the 80s that not only works.
This thing's been here for a few years and
I've never come here and had it not be working.
It keeps the imagination fully stocked.
Nobody knows how it got here or who services it.
It's always full.
Most people walk past without noticing.
It looks old.
I imagine people are pleasantly surprised when they put money in and something comes out.
This is so exciting for a tourist from Georgia.
But some come from across the country.
Oh, good. I want that one.
Drop in 3/4 and take a chance.
It's a crapshoot.
Dr. Pepper Cherry.
It's a mystery, this soda machine.
Oh, yeah. It's a mystery every time you go up to it.
You know, I can live with it.
Sitting on Capitol Hill.
Tipped over a time or two and broken into and
bolted in place.
But it lives on.
If only there was someone who could unlock this mystery.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
Well, he could unlock it.
Yeah, I can go over there and open it right up and get as much Coke as I want out of it, literally.
But he'd rather not.
We tend to just let it lie, you know.
Eric Hayes remembers this machine sitting here in 1986 when they opened Broadway Locksmith.
It's been there ever since. People love it, so we leave it alone. Let it be.
Of all the mysteries in life,
where can you get an orange soda?
Why is abbreviation such a long word? Whose sock is this?
Oh, it's not orange.
Do they even still make Squirt?
Have Squirt. When's the last time you had a can of Squirt?
This mysterious soda machine has become a measuring stick of humanity.
Yeah. Everybody's equal when they go to that machine. It doesn't matter how rich you are or how poor you are. You're standing there wondering what's going to come out, and you're hoping, you can deny it, but I know you're hoping for something specific.
75 cents. A symbol of hope and despair.
It wouldn't have shocked me if nothing came out.
It's like life.
You put a lot of money into things and a lot of times nothing comes out of it. This is better than life.
Sometimes in life, it's better not to unlock the mystery.
Yeah, let the mystery go. It's better than knowing what you're going to get every time.
To enjoy what you get out of life.
It's kind of cool to see people that are new bringing their friends down to see the machine.
or what you get out of the soda machine.
The price never changes, you know, that's the cool part.
All that and a can of squirt.
Still tastes like grapefruit.
Mike Castellucci, News.
If there's something we don't do enough of in our busy lives, it's taking a few moments to help a stranger, just because. But don't make excuses. Not around 8-year-old Alex McKelvey. Where were you at 7 a.m. on a Sunday?
Thank you.
She was already an hour into volunteering at the Tacoma Rescue Mission.
Yeah, we were up at 5 a.m. this morning.
Excuse me?
This alone could be your good deed for the day, but she's just getting started.
Okay.
By 8, the McKelveys are ready for breakfast and their next task. Before they can settle their bill, they ask the server to swipe their card for that couple a few tables away.
You're the one.
Yes.
You made me cry
You made me
with
cry,
happiness. The reason I'm here is my sister's in the hospital with cancer.
Yeah.
So this makes a wonderful day for me, even though it's been hard.
Hold out your hands.
Alex isn't done yet. She still has to leave one very big tip for server Lindsay Bazaar.
Open it.
No! Thank you.
All these good deeds aren't as random as you might think.
You guys are too sweet.
There's a list.
61 different acts of kindness, yes.
And that's just for today.
Purchase a book for a child, pick up litter and throw it away.
The McKelveys have made a lot of time over the past year to make other people's days, and they've been documenting it all on social media. This is from when they passed out goodie bags to Seahawks fans. It's been fun to come up with all these ideas, but it's also a kind of therapy.
I miss her every day.
The McKelveys lost their Nana, Linda, a few years ago. She was just 59.
That expression, to give the coat off your back, Linda would literally have given you the coat off her back.
Tape one where?
After breakfast, they taped lottery tickets to the pumps at a gas station.
This is what her life was about. It was about giving to others.
But it's only for the dog part.
In all, the McKelveys have been trying to complete 600 loving acts of kindness in time for what would have been Linda's 60th birthday today.
Just one simple thing can completely turn around somebody's day.
By late afternoon, it was time to cross that last one off the list.
So awesome.
Alex helped reveal a bright new youth room at the Lakewood YMCA, where she's spent hours painting the walls.
It makes me feel so much happy.
A final loving act.
It's been an incredible journey.
But why stop here?
In the end, I think it's just important for us all to know that we're thought of.
Headland
and cared.
News.
Normally, we ask all the questions.
Hi, Jim. And you like it so far?
Yeah, there's something going on every minute, it seems.
Nice to meet you. Oh, can I give you a hug?
Not today.
Oh. It's nice that people like you worry about old codgers.
We'll leave that to Victoria Sanborn.
I don't know whether I have a good side. I doubt it.
She's a woman
Let me just turn it on.
in search for answers.
This is just fun for me, so.
All right.
With lots of questions.
I've got like 3,000 questions.
For these World War II veterans.
And what was it like being on the ocean for the first time? Are there any memories that stand out? Do you remember how you felt? What was it like for you to leave home? And how do you carry this with you? What was it like for you?
Yeah, it's a shame too.
Answer.
So many lives were lost.
And I see that it's still...
Yeah, sometimes when you get into it.
My question to you is, what have you learned? You think it's emotional for her?
And all these men that I've lost in the battle.
Paratrooper Manny Ventosa.
They're still in my mind. I still remember them just like they were when they were 18 years old, 17 and 18 years old. I still remember them, but I feel sad for them. Yeah. Yeah, it hurts. Sorry, it hurts. Sorry, it hurts. You talk brave, but you can't be brave. It hurts.
Navy man Milton Ray.
Well, I talk about it because I feel that people need to hear it.
And we will.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Every detail.
You said that when the torpedoes hit, the huge plume of...
Yeah, it was just a column of burning oil.
Stories.
Bullets are hitting the water.
These men are willing to share.
Because of the atrocities that they committed.
Did you shoot
them? We had to treat them like mad dogs.
Victoria.
They were mean.
Is recording it all.
By the time the ship was sunk.
For the Puget Sound Honor Flight Project.
You've got to get the boat in.
Okay.
Get the troops out. get the wounded into your boat.
When your clothing is on fire, you don't behave rationally.
Instead of slipping out of their chutes, they got panicky and they pulled their Mae West.
Did they die?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got crushed. I mean, they smashed, they hit the ground.
Oh, and it makes the history come alive. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Is to capture your history.
Here's the plan.
And then send that video talking about your military experience and then send that to the Library of Congress.
My goodness
so that
gracious.
It's preserved for forever.
I mean, how many people would want to talk that long to a geezer who's 92 years old, you know?
We didn't get into the 82nd until we hit Belgium.
If you think Manny's wife Laverne
live machine gun fire
has heard these stories before, you're right.
Oh, yeah. So I was blasting away, you know, at the enemy, and we lost a lot of men.
Oh, he's a good guy, that guy.
Was there a lot of shooting? And
oh, yeah.
The statistic is that the veterans from World War II are passing on.
There's not too many of us.
They're dying every day, 500 a day.
I guess we just fade away.
I'm not afraid of death, but I'm just thinking, well, I'm going to miss.
How long is this going to take?
Until I've interviewed everyone I can. If my recollection is correct, somebody announced torpedoes to torpedoes.
We learn how they were injured.
That's how I got burned. This was the only third-degree burn I got.
How they survived.
So everybody was killed except for 4 of you.
Just 4 of us. 4 of us got out of there.
He was taken prisoner, too, by the Germans.
You jump overboard.
Yeah, I jumped over.
I said, would you do me a favor?
What it was like coming home.
I said, would you go over there and tell her that there's damn, I hard to talk.
Milton Ray surprised his mom at work.
That there's a sailor out here. And she comes screaming out, and so did all the girls. And it was a ball.
But that had to be one of the most special moments to see her son come home.
And we'll learn about Milton's son. He fought in a war too.
This is a Purple Heart. These around here are mine, and this is my boy.
At the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C., panel 16W, row 66.
That's him right there.
That's where you'll find the name of 20-year-old Randolph Ray.
There's your son.
That's where we watched a father honoring his boy, remembering his life that ended November 12th, 1969. 46 years of pain.
It's nothing but a wall, yet it just gets you. Piece of shrapnel goes through the heart, and that's the end.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. It's war is hell.
When he said that, when he spoke those 3 words, Manny had no idea there's a book written with that title. And the author,
you got it,
is Milton Ray.
War is hell.
That fact will be included in Victoria Sanborn's videos. The story of the lighter will break your heart.
That was held by one of the Vietnam boys. He gave that to me. My son had that. It's a lighter.
That's his lighter.
But
Milton Ray has never met Manny Ventosa. Manny has never met Jim Fitch.
That you never forget.
They don't know each other.
Those guys, they knew what they had to do. And they did it.
Think about all these kids that were killed.
In those contemplative moments when they rewind to those days when they served.
Some of that stuff I can still see.
And fast forward to today.
War's so stupid.
They've had a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah, they have.
They must know how fortunate they are to have survived and thrived and lived long lives.
Yeah, boy, I'll say.
Good lives.
These are heroes.
John Sharifi, News.